Hello, it's me, Sarah. Welcome back to Soul Creative. I am here to share a journal with you guys. This is a journal I made for my soon-to-be daughter-in-law. I made it for her birthday, and I've been wanting to make her one for a little while now, and I finally decided to do it. So, her favorite color is purple, so I went along with the purple theme, and then, you know, it's not all purple, but the focus is on purple. And I made this frame, and it's a crackle frame, and the book is designed by, like, I took Nik the Booksmith class a couple years ago, and or a year ago. So I did the techniques on there, and then I just put this book label right here. It says delightful, and that's from a paper pad that I had, the little butterfly. So I put this book plate here. It says embrace imperfection, and then I just put a bunch of different laces underneath the frame and some fabric. And then it says simplify, there's a butterfly, and then there's these little diamond charms. So then when you open it up, I had this antique crocheted along the edge, and then it was embroidered. So I have that, and then I have this, I think it's a prima flower. I just put a brad in there and glued it down. And then I lined the pocket with some fabrics and then some trim. And then I just have this book belongs to. I just did a bunch of collaging on it. And there's a Tim Holtz die cut right there. And there's one on the card as well. I have that on label paper. I print them on, and it's pretty cool, but it's a pain in the butt to work with. So, I don't know if I'll do that again, but put a label here that's Traci Fox label, and then I use Tim Holtz butterflies. Those are the, what is it? Oh, the clear ones. I forget what they call them. And then I just used some of those flower stamens and made a little antenna. So that goes in here. And then I do have a little bag of goodies. I just haven't put it in here yet. So then I used Nik the Booksmith, her papers for the front of the signatures. And not every pocket's filled up. I just wanted to put some in here so she had room to put stuff. And I'm probably going to put a note from the bookmaker right there. And I just have some bead charms. That one has a flower hanging from it. Now, a week or two ago, Treasure Books, she had this tutorial where she took all her scraps and just made little booklets out of it. Well, for me, I can't stuff them in because they're too thick. So I thought, well, that would be great to hang over the top of a page. And then you have these different pages here you could use as a journaling spot, or you could rip them off and use them throughout the page, the journal. And that I'll just explain to her. That's how we use those. These are Nik the Booksmith. I just have different pages throughout. Another pocket says remember on it. And then over here I made a tag using this big shipping label, or shipping tag. And this big tag, I don't know why I keep on calling it a shipping tag. And then I did the die cut right here, and I put then this is the negative, and then I put the die cut on the back. And it says heartfelt, and she can journal on that. And then I just made this tag, And I just did some collaging. That's a Traci Fox label. So that goes in here. And sorry for my lighting today. I don't know what's up with it. Here's another one of those scrap booklet hangover thingy dingies. And more of the Nik the Booksmith. And right there I just put some of the paper scrap on the page. Just made a pocket. This is Tim Holtz paper. I think it's Mandarandum or Mandarandum. I don't know. Did a little collage tab right there. These are Nik the Booksmith too. Eco dyed. Little fabric flip. And this one I didn't tea dye. It's just the white plain. A little book, you know, little note paper. And then here, I can't remember who I watched do this tutorial, but I just had little odd and end cutoffs from Stamperia, and I don't want to waste that paper. I love that paper. So I put a magnet on here, and then this will pop up, and you can journal inside of it. Little secret hiding spot. I'll try to link the link below, who taught me that. And this is a little tuck spot. It says friendship. Just a couple note papers. These are antique note papers. And I just put a butterfly paper clip on it. Another collage tab. Here's an old playing card. Just thought it was pretty. I didn't alter it or anything. And in here I had extra room. I was gonna do 9 signatures. I ended up doing 7. So in between the 2 that I didn't do, I put elastic cord. So then she can take paper, you know, say she had note paper, and she could put it in there and keep whatever she wants to keep. So I really like that. And there's 2 cords in there, so you could actually put like a mini journal in there if you wanted to. I'll show you what I actually made for them, but it was getting too chunky, and I didn't, I ended up not using them, but I might give them to her, so. Hey, it's me, Sarah. I'm just popping in here. I wanted to show these folders that I made for the middle of the signatures that I didn't, when I put the rubber bands. When I put the bands in there, the elastic bands, I made these to go in the place of a signature. And I ended up not being able to use them because the journal got way too thick. So all I did is I took a file folder, I took some of the scrap paper that I was using throughout it to accent, and I made one of these ring. You tie the strings around it, and then inside I did a pocket, and I had journaling cards here, and I just collaged it inside, and then that was the inside of the paper. And then I put an eyelet there, and then I was just gonna put a bunch of scrap papers in here. So, but yeah, that's what I made to go along with it, but it just wasn't gonna work, so. But I made 2 of them, and I put a little tuck spot in the back. So I might still give them to her just to have extra little journals. I might just sew the signatures into them instead of leaving them loose. But I'm not sure. I might just give them to her and she could put the folders in there anyway, empty. I don't know. I don't know what to do, so let me know if you guys have an idea. Maybe I might put one or both in there, or just give them to her on the side. But I just wanted to pop in and show these to you guys real quick. This says moments, and I'm not sure if the other one had a, no, that one didn't, I don't think. And then I just put a sticker here and this Traci Fox label, just did some collaging on it. It's just book pages, graph paper, another little tuck spot right there. Did a lot of stenciling with a Prima stencil. This is one of the little doodads that Wendy's Journal Adventure showed us how to do a while ago. And I just collaged on it, did some stenciling, collaged this little file folder. It says kindness and then amazing. And it says a note, and then you flip it over and then it looks like this. So that just gets hung over the page here. And I just did fabric for the hinge so it won't fall apart and it'll last. There's just a little quote on that page, another cluster, and then beautiful papers. These are from Nik the Booksmith too. It says life is the flower, love is the honey, and then I just stamped that, and I stamped them both on that. And then here's a little pocket, and then this is, I think this is oh my goodness, Artie Maze. I can't think of the kit, but this is part of it. I was gonna use some of the book pages, and then I ended up not doing it. The journaling pages. And that's a Traci Fox label. Little pin nib here, and a cluster right here, and then I just made this little cluster with a couple little flowers. And did a little collage right there. Tuck spot there, pockets. Just collaged a little bit on here. On this, I used the negative right here, made a pocket, and then I just put the actual die cut right there. It says adventure, and then in the back. This collaging does get addictive. Oh my goodness. I'd probably be done with this journal a while ago, but I kept wanting to collage things. And then I collaged this little side tuck. That is Roxy Creations little doily. And then I just used book page. And I collaged this one. This is just a time card. It says together. And I put the die cut on there. And then there's a bead. It has a really pretty dragonfly. And there's a dragonfly on this one, this page. And then I just collaged this little Rolodex card. Little fabric flip, lace flip. And then here is a book page, and I just used one of those Tim Holtz little file things, and I put little pieces of flowers throughout. She could glue them on pages. And there's the negative to here, and it's a little tuck spot. That's Nik the Booksmith paper. This is a very old book, and I just glued it onto a piece of cardstock. Now underneath that, the collage underneath here, that is actually paper towel. It's tea stained paper towel. Oh my goodness, is it fun to work with. And it gives a nice texture. It's not just it's soft. I don't know how to explain it, but I will definitely be doing that again. And I'm gonna make like ruffles out of them, and you know, there's a lot of things you could probably do with paper towels. And I use them when I tea stand or coffee. I don't really coffee dye anymore, but when I do, here's another one of these scraps. I use them and then I just dry them out. And more, another set of these down there, and she could use them to put stuff underneath. Another tuck spot using Tim Holtz paper. Another tab right here, and this has a dragonfly hanging from it with some beads. A little cluster right there. And this is a glassine envelope. She could put something in. These, I have some of these in there, and they have quotes on them. And here is another journaling card. And that's just a fabric pocket. And then another collaged Rolodex card. It says destination. Fabric flip, and I put some journaling space underneath there. And then right here, I just did a pocket, put some scraps, and that's another one of those pop-up hidden things. And I used those acetate, that's what it is, acetate wings by Tim Holtz, and I used those, another stamen to make antennas. Can't speak. And I put a button, I glued a button on here, and then I used elastic for the closure. And then here is the negative of that other die cut I used. I just put some paper back there, did a little collaging right there. And then this is a big index card, and then I punched out, so I used the negative here, and then whatever she writes underneath there, you can see. And it's just scraps of notepaper, so she could journal in there a little bit. And then I just put this over it, and I put it more on the end because I wanted it to hang out of the book a little bit, because I didn't want the bulk on the inside of the book. I really like how that turned out, and it looks really cute. I really like it. I might use it for like a journal closure. So, tuck spot there, little tuck spot here, and then I just did some collaging, and this is like a little tuck spot. Did a little collaging right there, here. This is a bank envelope, and I showed a tutorial on this before, how I make them. This one I did different though. Instead of using both of them together, I only used one side, and the sticky come off of it because I tea stained this one. So I made a little closure there, and I just added a little tuck spot. And this is, I don't even know, I think I got this in Happy Meal or something. A little flower, and then that gets tucked in there. I put a flower with a brad, and this is just a leftover piece of, I think it was the top of an envelope, so I just collaged all over it. It's just a little tuck spot in there. And then this opens up, and I just did some collaging in here, and then that gets tucked up underneath. And that is another doily from Roxy Creation. And I just put Wonderful up there at the top. Then this flips out. This is a Traci Fox little quote, and then she could journal right here. And then this flips over, and I have a tuck spot here. I used a old playing card as a tuck spot, and I just put a sticker on this note paper, and it's half of one. And then on the other side, I used the other half, put another sticker, and then that's the other side of the playing card. And this is the back signature. I did a tuck spot. The die cuts here, the negatives right there. That's Traci Fox label. Some sari silk. And this is tissue paper that I got in a package, and I absolutely love the color of it. So I used a lot of that in this journal. So it just gets tucked in here, and I wanted it to where Journey, you could kind of see Journey. And then another tab, paper flip, or a fabric flip. A couple tuck spots right there. A little doily I had. Tuck spot back here. This is a fabric tuck spot. I glued it on some cardstock. Made a little pocket down here. A couple scraps. A little collage. Fabric collage down there. Quote. Another one of these scrappy hangovers. And a tab right there. And then the back pocket, I made another one of these. I learned this from Wendy Journal Adventure, and I just cut the sticker in half, so then when you put it back in, it actually shows the flower sticker. Tag right there, and put something in the pocket. And then this beautiful images. And then back here, I just put a frame that she could put through somewhere in the journal. Journaling card, and then some scrap paper or note paper. And then that's the other end of the doily. That's embroidered, and then the crochet on the side ends. So that is this journal. I'm very happy and pleased on how it turned out. And I just have the charms hanging from the side here. Give you a side view. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. I hope she likes it. I really had fun making it. And it took me a little bit. Her birthday is the end of January, and I didn't decide to make it until a couple days later, and then I don't have time to do it full time like I used to, but every morning, even when I have the youngster, I come in here early to be able to play and to create, and that's how I gotta do it right now. So anywho, thank you all for joining me. Welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you for being here, and I will hopefully return with a couple more journals I'm working on. I'm working on a couple more spring ones, so hopefully this has definitely put me in the mood for spring. So I'll be back for more of those, and until then, I will see you when I see ya. Later.